Hey folks, welcome back to Street Rust. Had to stop on the F-250, the 1970. We gotta get this thing ready for Hot Rod Power Tour. There's some things we need to do, like make it start would be helpful. If you watched a couple videos ago, I went out test drove with the new carb. Everything went fine there, but it went dead. So anyway, let me get you in here. Here's what we got going on. So, we know that, and I tried this out, let's see, you'd think I'd be smart enough to put the keys in it before I started videoing. Y'all sit right here for a minute. Sit right there. Sit right there. There you go, don't move. Don't move, y'all moving. Okay, it's in neutral. We got nothing. Hopefully y'all saw that, but we got nothing. We got nothing. Come on now. All right, sit there a minute again. I just want y'all to see this. Okay, I'm turning the key. I'm turning the key. We got nothing, okay? And I've got no power coming of any sort to the dash. We know the problem is up here with the ammeter. Chrysler coming in here. The other thing I need to fix is the leak in the radiator hose. It'd be kind of nice to have a heater for Hot Rod Power Tour on those foggy mornings. We got to get that fixed. Now, for all you naysayers, let me get you under the hood here. 2 latches, one here, one here. All right, the battery is hooked up, and let's grab a meter real quick. Grab a meter. Let's turn the meter on. Okay, the meter's on. Red to red, not rocket science. And black to black. And our battery's reading 12.29. Okay, so we're good there. So that just demonstrates that we have no power to the cap. And I showed you in the video a couple weeks ago that main wire that's coming up under there over on the driver's side near the door. I wiggle that wire and my power comes back on. So to accomplish everything that we've got to accomplish, most of this has got to come out. Go back and watch my videos on the heater box under there. I'm going to try to do it per the manual this time by just splitting the case and bringing the front part off so I can start the car once I get that fixed and see if is it the core leaking or is it one of our modifications leaking. Nonetheless, it can't leak. So let me get everything set up in here and we'll get to work. All right folks, I'm not going to film taking all this out. I've got it on some other videos, but there's some plates that go up here that I've taken off. And this gives you access to start taking the radio out and things of that nature. I need to get to the fan switch anyway. Then what I'll do then is I'll take out all the bolts. They're everywhere. All the screws that are holding in the dash, and I'll get the dash out as well. So let me get this part out at least. Well, I've already started taking out all these switches and everything that I had wired across here. And we'll take off the gauges and let them hang. So I'll get all that done. I'll get the radio. The whole radio will come out. It's not overly difficult. Remember, there's not a glove box in here. There will be for Power Tour, but I kind of like not having it there. But I'd kind of like to have the storage area. But you can put your sunny glasses down in there. But I don't wear sunglasses. Anyway, so let me get all this pulled out, then I'll get you back in here and let's see what's going on. Okay folks, it's quite a bit later. Here's all the wonderful parts up here. And not gonna go through that again on video, but 2 things. Number 1, let's slide all the way over here. We got a rat's nest here. Y'all just remember this on Hot Rod Power Tour, this was torn apart again. All right. See that red wire in there? That goes to the, it says alternator, that's the ammeter. That's where the short is, because I could get in there up under the dash and wiggle that wire, and then I got power, and I could probably do it right now, but don't want to with all these wires hanging around. So that's, I think, the easy fix. I think that's just going to be a matter of taking those terminals off, cleaning them, putting them back on. Now the hard part, let's see if we can get some light under here. Okay, let's do something here. I want to show you the old heater core. I should have pulled it out already. I got it over here. It's acting as part of my TV antenna. All right, head swap batteries. Let's get this big hoss over here. This is what you call a dual core, and it's just, look at, you're talking size 10, so that's about 12 inches with a boot right there. That thing's 24 inches wide. The one that I found was doggone, I think I got it for $220, and that was cheap. They're hard to find, and they're a pain in the butt to get in and out. So anyway, you can see it down in there where I've got the little hose. Let me get some light in here. There we go. Anyway, you can see that connection down there. There's a couple more connections over to the right you can't see. So what's supposed to happen, I just can't even get light in here, folks. Anyway, here's the case. This big case here. That thing goes from all the way over yonder to doggone all the way over here. And here's where we made the connections right here. I had to do some modification if you look back at the video. I hope that hose just didn't spring a leak. Unfortunately, I think the only way I'm going to be able to really see where it's leaking, I've got to get this front panel off. You're supposed to be able, this thing is like a clamshell. You're supposed to get this front part unscrewed, and there's a hinge like up here, and this is, there ain't no room. It's going to be a pain in the butt, but we're going to try it. It's got to happen. If it doesn't work, then if there's a hole in this radiator core, I might have it fixed, but I may just redesign this whole thing, take all this out, and get $100 heater box with a blower on it, and go that route. I don't know yet. So anyway, done for tonight. We'll see y'all later this week. Okay, folks, back on the Chrysler with the power problem going to the cabin. This is on. We're good. And I intentionally didn't wiggle the wire because I want y'all to see this. Now I'm going to have to set you up because I can't do that with one hand. Doggone. All right. Here's the key switch. Got nothing. Okay, but I got my meter hooked up here. You can see it's on 0 volts. I got it grounded there, and I'm going to touch, let me show you this wire. So there's the gauge, and you can see, okay, this is on 0, and there you go. 12.29 volts. That's what we want to be seeing. The power relay comes through here. I can almost guarantee you, I tell you what, I'm not going to wiggle the wire because I'm going to clean these terminals. That's what I'm going to do. And if that doesn't fix it, then that means I got a bad red wire there, pretty heavy gauge I'm going to have to replace. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this, clean up the terminals, put it back together, and we'll see what we got. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, folks, I'm back. You know, I did clean all this off, but I want you to notice, you can see on this side over here, there's 2 bolts. There's one on the inside, one on the outside. This was tight, but the one on the back was loose. So that may have been causing my problem there. Anyways, cleaned up and tight. You're gonna see I got the battery charger on. I'm 13.2 on that side, and then we'll come over here to the other side, and I'm 13.2 something. So there you go. Plus, on top of all that, set you up here again. Now, it's not gonna start because I got the battery charged. The battery went dead. Whoa, sorry folks. Little tumble there. You all right? You're not hurt. Just spit on it, boy. Be all right. All right, here we go. There you go. That's what we want. All right, so I'm going to get all this back together, and then we're going to get it started, and I'm going to hook up the heater hoses back up and see if we can see where this is leaking. We'll do our best. Be back. Alrighty, folks. Got the heater hoses hooked back up. Let me find my thermometer. Yeah, 224, 213 on that water heater hose. And what are we in here? 10 something. I think it's already starting to leak. I'll show you what's going on, but our temp, we're only up around 180, a little over 180. But I can tell you, I can put my little finger up in here and it's dripping. It's not dripping off these that we modified on the inside. I can feel it. Well, maybe it is. Well, let's see. No, it's dripping off the core. You know what? I'm calling it. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. So temporarily, I'll let all this cool down. I'll get back in here tomorrow night, get everything put back together. I'm gonna go ahead and bypass the heater hoses, and then I know your purists are gonna hate me, but I consider this more of gonna be a rat rod when I get done with it, more than anything. I think I'm gonna go ahead and rip all of this out and just buy. It's never gonna have AC. If it does, it'll have its own unit, if it ever did, which I doubt it ever will. So we're gonna go ahead and just pull it all out. That's what I'm gonna. I don't know if I'll do it now. I might, since I have it apart. I'll have to look at it tomorrow night. Just go ahead and pull the whole thing out and be done with it. Plus it reduces about 60 freaking pounds. And then what I can do is get a unit, a small heater unit that'll fit in there, that'll blow air out the bottom, and then I can connect to the defrost. That's really all I need it for. Okay, all right folks, thank y'all for watching. Video's not done, but it's dark outside, as you can see behind me. Hey, y'all like my new pegboard? I put that up over this last week. Instead of doing mechanical stuff, I did, you know, managing stuff. Anyway, oh, check this out. Picked it. My son is going, well, he'll be doing his second year of auto technician, and he needed a little starter kit. This is a Denali. He says that's coming off, but we picked that up for him. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll get back on this tomorrow night. We'll wrap up this video. That's what we're doing. It's coming out. Alrighty folks, it is out. We'll come back to that. I don't ever want to see this again. My arms are, look, my arms are cut up. I'm all scraped up. Doggone. Alright. Look at all the room we have in here. There's going to be no problem fitting an aftermarket. Well, matter of fact, I may even get rid of this control, because the aftermarket unit will have a should have an on-off. If not, because I don't trust this for leaking, and actually it's easy to get to, so maybe I will leave it in there. That way I can control the on-off heat from in here on the dash. Anyway, we got the electrical problem fixed. The heat is coming out. I got to do some plates. I'll close all this up, this fresh air intake, because we have a vent down here. I'll get rid of that. Obviously it's what month is this? June. It's early June. I'm not too worried about a heater right now, but I will get that ordered. We'll have it on hand to install later in the summer when it starts to cool off. I think that's the solution. So this thing is very complex, and y'all can go back and watch my videos on the heater box. I redid everything. This is the heater core I bought. It was very expensive. It's called a dual slab, and it was leaking down in the corner here somewhere. It wasn't leaking from here. There was no signs of leakage there. Looks a little suspicious with this new green stuff, because I had that all cleaned up. Might be this valve leaking. Probably what I'm going to do is hook up the heater hoses here later and get it warmed up and see where it's leaking. If it's leaking here, then I've got a good heater core that I can save for something else, because that's a very, very expensive heater core. There's the evaporator for the AC, which we've deleted everything anyway, with the exception of the dryer. Got to get it out. It'll clean it up a little more, even more in here. So we're getting there, folks. Probably what I'll do here, I'm into the night tonight. Got church tomorrow night. After church, I'll do a little work on it, probably finish it up Thursday night. We'll get all this put back together, make it look nice, and do some temporary, do some temporary, I'll put a plate over this. I'll just probably Gorilla Tape over these for now, because that's where this is where the lower control goes. So one hose goes here, it loops back, correct, okay. One heater hose goes here, that comes through that valve and goes up into here, and then your return comes down through here. So anyway, you know, we got to plug up some holes. We'll find some grommets, and I might even just throw some bolts in there just to make it look nice, things of that nature. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Just wanted to give you a quick update. Like I said, never want to see this again. So we just saved 60 pounds of weight, you know. I know back in the day this was luxury, and I appreciate that. And we're not keeping this original, so I'm gonna tear it up. So y'all have a good night. Be a couple seconds for you, maybe 24 plus hours for me. Alrighty folks, a little update. Matter of fact, I'm already starting to smell antifreeze. Anyway, obviously, I think I showed you in the last clip, we got all that out. It's all over here. Don't ever want to see it again. I went ahead, you know, this is a $220 heater core, obviously remanufactured, but I went ahead and hooked it up because I want to see where the problem is. I want to see if this is leaking, or maybe one of these connections here is leaking, or maybe a solder, or maybe this valve here, to see what I got to do. So obviously, let's see, this is the end. This is the end hose. This is a dual slab, so this inlet, which is starting to get warm, will heat this core, which is starting to get warm. Kind of like thermostat just opened. And then, oh, I need to turn the fan on. Let me get that on too. Anyway, then this one, when this valve is open, will heat this side, which doesn't really fill. Anyway, I'll get it warmed up, see where we can find out if it's leaking, and I'll come back and show it to you. Alrighty folks, we are, gosh, 170, between 175, 180. It's been running 10, 15 minutes. Everything's heated up good. All looks good. You know, let's pop over here. Look at some temps here. Upper radiator hose is 157, temperature sensor 174, 172. That's pretty much where the temp gauge is sitting. So just so you can see, so this is the inlet. This one is the inlet. 171 degrees. This valve is open. This one's at 162, 164. This heater core is at 163. This end of the heater, let's see, let's get it off. Let me make sure. Okay, 75. This heater core here, running about 140 something. It's definitely hot. I mean, the whole metal thing here is even hot to the touch. Really hot up here. All right, you know, it was leaking out of the box down this corner. I flipped it around. There is nothing leaking. There's nothing wrong with this heater core that I can see. Doesn't matter, it ain't going back in. My days, me and this heater core, we done broke up. So I'll find it a good home or something. If anybody needs a C-body dual slab heater core cheap, let me know. Anyway, I'm gonna shut this down here in a second. I'm gonna show you one other thing I did, but I'm gonna get all this closed back up. I've made some galvanized steel plates to go over some of these holes. You'll see that. I want to show you one other thing I did. That Ammeter situation. What I did, and remember that Ammeter, there's these two wires in here. That's the main supply, that red and that, believe it or not, well, not that red one, but the one over yonder, the black one. What I did is I wired in a 35 amp switch here, and it's in the off position right now. If the problem is indeed with the amp meter, you see that amp meter bumping around there? If the problem is with the amp meter, to get power into the cabin, I can actually flip this switch and relay the power in. You know, that's for an emergency situation, I guess, for now, until I further isolate that problem. Anyway, I'm gonna get this all put back together. I'm gonna come back and give you one more shot of it, and we'll wrap this thing up. See y'all shortly. All right, folks, welcome back. It is, let's see what time it is. It is 1:45 a.m. And guys, this is taking too long, but you know, life got other priorities. But I talked about that in another video. We're not gonna talk about that again. Let me get you a close up. We're done. I wanted to. I left the glove box open because all that's out, as you know, and I was able to put in some more insulation in the back, and there is so much room in there. There is so much room under there. I will no problem putting a universal heater in there. Got everything up and running, got the phone charger running, gotta have that. Got the tack over there, got the gauges. I was able to go ahead and rewire the gauges into the dim switch here. See, watch, there you go. So at night, especially this tack is not like blinding me with that vicious blue light. Come on now, you can do it. There you go. That blue tack light there, that'll blind you at night. Anyway, temp, we're setting it about 180. I had the fan off, letting it warm up. It got up to probably 190, 195. Hit the fan. I've got the fan wired in down here. Fan's off, fan's on. This little jigger here, remember that Ammeter up there? The Ammeter, I suspect, is where my problem is. Number one, if you could find one, you're going to pay out the nose for it. But what I did, because the main supply to the cabin comes in there, so what I did is ran two wires down to this 35 amp switch. Should that ever happen again, flip that switch and have power to the cabin. I don't want to run it like that all the time, but for emergencies, that's fine. Let's see. Everything is deleted on the heater. I also was able to delete the, you see the dryer down there for the AC. I took it out from right here, cleaned that up, and we're just sitting here running. The fan's on, like I said. Let's go ahead and check our temps here on the temp sensor. Come on. Come on. May need a new battery. Let's see what we got going on here. I don't know what's going on. It's not working. Probably needs a new battery. Anyway, couldn't ask for it to be running any better sitting here. And obviously under load it's not running as well as it could be, so let's talk about that real quick for in this video, because the next video, which I hope to start on tomorrow, yeah, the garage is a mess. This fuel system, I bought the absolute, not the cheapest, but kind of a mid-range stuff. I didn't want to spend $300. I got this, I think it's a 7 to 9 pound electric fuel pump. Comes with the filter, which looks just like a filter on a Ford carburetor. I got the super duper ejection fuel turner on or shutter offer, so that'll help. I got some wiring for this. We've got the fuel regulator. We've got the fuel pressure. It comes with all this stuff, guys. I think this was like 40 bucks. Even got the little doohickey that the fuel regulator plugs into. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. This is gonna be a choppy video. I've probably been working on this for a week and a half, 2 weeks, but thank y'all for your patience. Thank you for watching. If you find value in the channel, I just request to ask, not begging, I would ask that you would please like, share, and subscribe if you would. And it's free to you, as I always say. Abundantly blesses me. And we're this close to 500 subscribers, and we're going to get there. And man, I'm missing hot rod car tour this year. But we did what we had to do, so y'all be blessed.